Hello and welcome to Yoga for a Happy Belly. We're going to do some yoga to improve digestion, particularly bloating, constipation, and gas. And we're going to do now some seated variation for the poses. So I wanted to start with a squat, which in Ayurveda and in yoga is one of the main poses to improve digestion. And I'm going to guide you through a couple of variations. So if you have pillows, you can use pillows. If you have yoga blocks, that's amazing. So what you want to do is to come into a squat. You're going to sit like this. So this is the original squat. This pose, according to yoga and according to Ayurveda, helps to improve downward flow. So it just helps to move all stuff down. That's why this pose is considered to be amazing for digestion. And it's also great for all women's problems. So if you have PMS, that's a good one to try as well. If you do have knee issues, what I would recommend is putting a couple of pillows underneath your hips, or you can put yoga blocks. So you just sit on the hips, but you still have your front thighs pressing into the sides of your stomach, and you're still doing the same thing. So once you come into a squat, you want to focus on freeing up your breath. Usually we hold our belly flat and tight. Here you want to let it go. You want to start breathing fully into your belly. So when you inhale, you feel your belly pressing into the front of your thighs. So inhaling fully. And then exhale, letting it move towards the spine. And then inhale, expanding it. And then exhale, let it move towards the spine. So let's do one more here. Inhale fully into your belly, expand it. And then exhale, let it move back. And you can stay here for as long as you want. What I usually do, I'll actually sit like this first thing in the morning with a cup of tea while I check emails. And the more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes. So you don't have to do it as a whole yoga routine. You can just do this pose on its own. Especially if you have a little bit of hot water, it's incredible to help the elimination process. And then from here you can also take a twist. So you want to create a little bit of that contracting action. You want to bring your right upper arm into the inside of your thigh and then just reach your left arm up. And you can stay here for a couple of breaths. And then switch the side. So no matter what you do, you always want to keep your attention focused on the stomach and making sure that you're never holding the breath. Since this is your routine to help your digestion, you really want to be mindful of what happens around your stomach. And then from here we'll move to another pose that's supposed to be incredible for digestion. And I do agree with all the texts, yoga texts, that it is very helpful. But basically what you want to do is you want to sit on your heels. I'll show it sideways. So you're putting your sit bones directly on the heels. If this is too much on your knees, again, use pillows or block. And you can put pillows in between your heels or blocks in between your heels and sit like this. So your knees are still together, but your hips are a little bit elevated. And if you feel like it's still bothering the knees, then just stick with a squat. But here you want to bring your palms on your thighs, close your eyes, and again, focus on the breath. You don't want to be doing anything besides breathing fully. And what it does is it first cuts off circulation to your legs, and then it improves circulation in your abdomen. And when your circulation is good, your digestion is good. So that's all you want to focus is close your eyes, just breathe. Just let your belly expand and then just let it come back to the spine. Nice and easy. The more relaxed you are here, the better it's going to work. So this one is very simple but very effective, and a lot of the most effective things, the most genius things are always simple. So stick with simple things and they will be incredibly effective on your body. So the next one we'll do, it's more of a churning motion. So this one is really good to get stuff moving inside. And you want to bring your feet nice and wide. And then from here, make sure that your fingers are facing towards towards me. So if you're sitting forward, your fingers are facing towards the laptop or the TV. And then from here, lean back into your arms a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring your knees from side to side. So when you bring your knees to one side, you're expanding this side and then switching the side. So you always have that expansion, contraction, and then come back into the center. And now we're going to connect it with the breath. So inhale in the center, and then exhale, knees to the side. Inhale into the center, exhale to the other side. You always want to lift one sit bone off the floor, press the side of the rib cage forward and up, and then switch the side. So this one creates a churning motion, just really helping. If you feel like your stomach is a little bit sluggish or heavy, this one is incredibly helpful. Just make sure that you're not doing it right after food. While the squat or sitting on your heels, you can do right after food. So this one you do more on an empty stomach, just lifting one sit bone at a time and doing it from side to side. And for this one, I would probably start around a minute. Even though it might seem long, you need to get a little bit of warmth around your core to get it to be effective. So you do that a few times, about a minute, and then come back into the center. And then after you've done this one, bring your knees to side, you can move into a twist. So you're going to bring your left knee to face forward and then bring your right foot on the outside. If this is too much and you feel that your hips are lifting up, extend your left leg all the way forward. Make sure your both sit bones are firmly grounded, and then hug your left arm around, and just your right fingertips are going to be behind you to support your balance. From here, lengthen your spine. So you want to turn right first, then we're going to do the left side. And then keep lengthening up to the crown of your head, shoulders relaxed, and breathe into your inner thigh. So when you inhale fully, your belly button is going to press into your inner thigh. And then when you exhale, it's going to move back to the spine. And really focus on that slow movement. Keep your eyes closed. And that's basically all you want to be paying attention to. Is that creating that slow massaging movement with your belly. Inhale, expanding. And then exhale, relaxing. And stay here for about 5 to 8 breaths. And then from here, let's switch the side. So if you want, you can keep your knee bent, pointing forward, or keep it straight. And then bring your left foot on the outside of your thigh. Hug your right arm around. And then your left fingertips are going to be behind you. Take an inhale. And with an exhale, just sink into a little bit deeper twist. And then start breathing here, paying attention to the way your stomach presses into your inner thigh here. Again, the left side can feel a little bit more tender and sensitive. So just be aware of it, breathe into it. And another 5 to 8 breaths. And then come back into the center. And if you want, you can do each one of these poses separately, or you can do them as a sequence together.